Hi guys, my name's Mitz and I'm going to show you a couple of ways to speed up your computer. Now this could be for a Windows XP computer, a Vista, Windows 7, probably Windows 8 as well. This has not been tested on Windows 8, but if you've got the options there or the tools, then by all means use them. Okay, so what we're going to do first is get rid of the desktop icons, but let me tell you that that probably does not speed up your computer. This is just going to help with the video and also make things easier for us to navigate around. Now, if you have a mess on your desktop like that, I definitely think that you've got too many files, and getting rid of files that you've created can definitely clean up your computer. So let's do a little bit of cleanup first. So let's just say we go to my documents folder. Now it is absolutely full of files which are clogging the computer up. Now I can back these files up somewhere and then clear all of this off. Now definitely these are created by me because they're in the documents library. I have created all of these files and it is not good to store it here. Now another option is that I can just plug in an external hard drive and I can simply just remove these files and store them there. So I can either cut them and then paste them into the external hard drive, or I can actually just copy them for now, transfer them to the external hard drive. So just say you've got your external hard drive connected to your computer, which I haven't, but I will just copy this folder. I copied that entire folder. So now we go down to My Computer or Computer on Windows 7 and Vista. Press on it. Okay, so just say I had another drive here. Now all I have to do, let's go into this one here, which I'm not meant to. Go in here and we right click and say Paste. Okay, now that would paste the folder that I copied into here. Now this, just pretend that could be an external hard drive. So as soon as I plug an external hard drive in, it will show up. Actually, I have a USB drive that I can plug in right now and show you what it looks like. Okay, so there is my removable drive there. Now I can copy a file like I did before and paste it there. Now that's not a very big storage device, so I would recommend an external hard drive or even online backup. Okay, so that is a quick tip. So get rid of the files that are on your computer, anything you don't need. Now that does not mean you should go and delete all the files, because these are files that I created and I know what they are. Alright, now there's another, besides that, we should get rid of the programs that we're not using. So to get rid of programs, we're going to go down to the Start menu and we're just going to go to Control Panel. Now I am in Windows 7 at the moment. Now this is going to be a little bit different for Windows XP. Now if you're in Windows XP, it's going to be called Add and Remove Programs, so it'll be up the top somewhere. Now with this one, this is Windows 7 and probably Windows Vista, you need to go to Programs and Features. So scroll down until you see it. Okay, there it is there. Programs and Features. Click on that. Now what you want to do is go through and see what programs you can get rid of. Now this one here, Ask Toolbar Updater. I don't even know why I've got an Ask toolbar. So what I'm going to do is select on that and press uninstall. Okay, it says I can't get rid of that. Alright, that wasn't a good example. Alright, go down. I've got a few other things here. Definitely don't get rid of something you're using, like Cam Studio. I'm using that. I'm also using my Canon printer, Coral Paint Shop Photo Pro. I don't even remember any of those and how they got there, so we can get rid of those, but that would be a big program. So these shouldn't be on here. I'll just show you how big they are, and they're just sitting there and they're been forgotten. So I'll just stretch this a bit. So we've got what do we got here? Coral Paint Shop, 507 megabytes and 376 megabytes, and this is a program I don't even use. Then I've got Cyberlink DVD Suite. I don't use that either. So they must be trials, or whatever they are, they need to go. Okay, so let's go down further. eTax 2012, I don't need that. I don't need the 2013 either, because it's all done. So see how you find simple things, but be careful. As I said, we don't want to take away features that we might need. So I'm sure if we took away HP games, that wouldn't hurt, but apparently it says it doesn't take up any space. Now there's different things that sneak into your computer. 175 megabyte for a Kindle previewer. What else we got here? Label print. Now that, I don't even know what that is, but I know I don't print labels, so I can get rid of that. Now as you can see that I could get rid of a lot of stuff and make up a lot of space. Okay, alright, now try and keep away from the Windows driver stuff or Microsoft stuff if you can help it. But here's another one. Oh no, I need that one. Look at that, Windows Media Encoder 9 series. I definitely need that. If you don't use Skype, you can get rid of that. Soft Stylus, I don't know what that is. Motorola, never heard of it. Now this one here, you better be careful with these pointing devices, because that could be for your touchpad or something like that. So you need to investigate. Now if you don't know, just Google what that says there and find out what it is. Okay, all these Cyberlink things, I reckon they could go, and I reckon I could save a lot of space by getting rid of some programs. Alright, so that's another way of speeding up your computer, and that is serious. Alright, we'll close that one. So far I've said to back up files and remove programs. Now I've got a little notepad that I wrote earlier. I'll just grab it. It's definitely not this one, it's got nothing on it. And okay, now I've got number one. So I've gone through a few things, but this one here is interesting. Performance appearance. So no one really takes notice of this one. So what we're going to do is go down to the start menu, and we're going to right click on properties, and this is what opens up here, the system. Now in Windows XP this is going to look a little bit different. So what we're going to do, it'll come up as a dialog box with advanced system settings tab, but this one here is, we're just going to click on it here. Okay, so we have advanced. We're straight onto the advanced tab here, and what we're going to do is go to this performance section and press on settings. Now these settings are not really necessary, they're all fancy appearance settings. It's all about graphics and fancy stuff. Okay, so we don't need any of it. So at the moment it is set to let Windows choose what's the best for my computer. Now Windows enables all of it if your computer can handle it, but that's not really what we want to do. So we can adjust for the best appearance. Now just take a look at this. It actually ticks every box if you choose that one. This one here adjusts for best performance and it takes everything off. Okay, now if you want some of this stuff, come back and choose custom and check it out. Now this might, once you press apply on this one, it might change the look of your menu or your taskbar or whatever, but it does really improve performance of your computer because you haven't got all the fancy animations and stuff going on. Okay, so I'm going to press apply. Okay, so it even got rid of my background, desktop background and everything, and changed it to plain. Alright, so I'll get rid of that. Now I'm going to close that one as well. Now let's have a look at the start menu. Now the start menu's gone back to very, very basic, if you can have a look. Okay, it's changed to like a bare mode, which would be the default classic menu and classic Explorer settings. Now I'm going to do the msconfig and the services in a minute. Another tip is to get a good graphics card. So if you want to play games and stuff like that, you definitely need a good graphics card. There's no point whinging about how slow everything is unless you've already got the best graphics card, because that will clear up and enable your computer to work with the memory that it's got, and the graphics card will be taking care of the graphics. Okay, a virus program, definitely need a virus program, because if you don't, obviously a virus can slow your computer down and eventually kill it. Now if you don't have a virus program, I recommend Microsoft Security Essentials. So I'll just open up a new tab and search for Microsoft Security Essentials. Now I might spell it wrong, but I'm sure they'll fix it up for me. Okay, now here it is here. Now just take a look at this. For example, this is from Download Zone. It looks like it's from Microsoft Security, but it's not. So I don't like to go to places and it's an ad. Okay, now here, this is Microsoft.com. Okay, so I don't mind going there and getting their software, so I'll click on that one. Okay, so here it is. It says download now, and it is free. Now they confused me a bit there when they said low price, but anyway, it's free. So definitely download that if you don't have a security program. Alright, so let's get this notepad back up here and have a look. Now another thing is remove programs you're not using. Now I already showed you that one. Now there are a couple of other things you can do. You can delete temporary files and folders, and not the folders but the files, and also clear out your browsing history. But an easier way to do that would be to actually just download Ccleaner. Okay, and it will do all of that for you. Now I do have tutorials on that on my website where you can do it all manually, but I don't really recommend it for the beginner. I recommend that you get Ccleaner and you can clean up your computer with that. Actually cleans the files that you can't see. Okay, it's not going to clean the files that I just showed you that you should back up. It's going to clean the hidden files. Alright, so now we are going to go to msconfig and the services. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, so to get to msconfig, we're going to hit the keyboard, and we're going to hit the Windows key and the letter R on the keyboard. Okay, now what we're going to type in here is msconfig, and that's it. Let's press OK and see if that works. Okay, there we go. Now we've come to the system configuration, and we've got the few tabs here, and we've got the services and we've got the startup. So we've got two tabs here that we're going to look at. So we'll go to the startup tab, and what we're going to do is look at what programs we can disable. Now these are programs that are starting up when my computer starts up. And it's not all about just when they start up either. It's about when they are still running when my computer is on. Okay, so they're using up resources while you're using the computer and also at startup. Now what you want to do, I have disabled some already. See, I've disabled iTunes from starting up, Windows Live Messenger, Windows SkyDrive, because that was really annoying. And a couple of other things. I've disabled this one because it's from Nuance Communications, which is a software that I've got, and it kept wanting me to register, so I disabled it. What else have we got here? There's a couple of other things up here. Now this has got you got to watch what you do though, because look at this one. Here's from Telstra, and it's the mobile broadband manager. Now I don't want to disable that because it's the actual little program that I can use with my mobile internet. So, you know, when I plug my little USB dongle in, it won't recognize it. So I need to have that loaded up. Now, I don't know what the Facebook update and the Google update is, but I think that it would be safe to stop them from starting up for starters. Also, software that you don't use but you still have on your computer, you can stop them from starting up. Now, you have to be careful, like I said. If there's something that you don't know what it is, go and check out what it is and go to Google and find out for sure, okay, whether you should disable it or not. Alright, so all you have to do is uncheck a box, which we don't want to do the audio, but just say light scribe. I don't want that, so we've just ticked it and we're going to press OK, and it says you may need to restart your computer to apply these changes. Before restarting, save any open files or programs. Now I don't want to, I'm just going to exit without restart, but the changes will take effect next time I start my computer. Alright, so the services. Now the services were there as well, so we can open up msconfig again if we want to, by clicking the Windows key and R and typing in the msconfig. But we can also go to services, because the reason we go to services is because it actually gives us a description of the service. So we've got services.msc. Okay, press OK, and the services open. Now I'll just bring that down. Now these are all the services. Now there's going to be some weird things that you know that you don't need, like Bing bar update service. I mean, come on, what the hell is that? Okay, now for starters, you go and delete that Bing bar and you get rid of the update service. Now that is not necessary. And also there's going to be other things in here, but you've really got to be careful. You can't disable Bluetooth service or something like that. So let's go down. Now if you see something and you don't know what it is, definitely, right, I want you to go and Google it first and find out what it is. Okay, because there isn't too many services you can get rid of here. Okay, I mean there probably could be a few, definitely, but you just got to be careful. If you are on the Services tab and you choose to do it through System Configuration, then just tick this box down here, Hide All Microsoft Services. This is probably an easier way to do it because it can just hide those services for you. Now, that doesn't mean that you can go and disable these other services though. You still need to check out if you need them or not. So always be careful with what you're disabling, okay, because this is actually for advanced users. So don't just go doing things because you might find you have problems with your computer, because you can come back and change this again, but most of the time people forget which service or they've disabled or whatever. So just be careful with what you're doing. Now every computer is going to have different services listed on it, but if you just Google what it is and see if you can disable it. The less services you've got enabled, the better, so your computer can run faster. Now just say I don't want this Skype updater, okay, so we're going to click on that and it's on automatic, but it says you can start the service. But if we double click on it, okay, and we're here and it's set to automatic, just put disabled here in startup type and press apply and OK. So now it's disabled. Okay, now that I only did that because I know Skype and I don't use it, so there we go. I can always come back and enable that again. There is no problem at all. Alright, so that's how you disable something in here, but as I said, make sure you check everything out before you do it. Alright, so let's see what else we've got on the list. I've just showed you the msconfig startup programs, and this list is going to be in the description, by the way, and there will also be links to the software that I recommended. Go to the Services tab. We've done that one, and we've done a few things which is pretty good. Alright, so the only thing I didn't show you in detail is to delete temporary files, which I suggest you do with Ccleaner. Alright, thanks for watching.